This weekend we drive far into rural Norway on roads barely wider than our car, searching for an abandoned piece of history.
Hello, I'm Tora and this is Jørn. Half a decade ago, we traveled around the world, quite literally, and caught the travel bug big time. Since then, we've been to more than 60 countries, and a few years ago we became the first Norwegian couple to get married at Mount Everest Base Camp. Due to COVID and travel restrictions, we're now exploring our home country of Norway.
The trip starts at this really cool looking suspension bridge in the bottom of the valley.
We are currently in Ørsdalen and we are on our way up to see maybe some mines. We've heard there are some mines in the area. We know there are a couple over there further down, but we want to see if there are mines at the top. They're supposed to be, but we don't know. We might see them, we might not, and if we don't, it's no problem because it's a beautiful day and there's a nice view, hopefully when we get to the top, and everything is good.
Now, there is a small catch to this. We're just going to go and see what's up there, and that is, it's 500 meters to walk, 500 vertical meters, more or less straight up. So I do really hope we find something interesting up there, but at least we'll for sure get a nice view. And what's really impressive is the people that used to do mining around here, they did in the end get some kind of cable car to go up and down, but the only way to build this cable car was to walk up and down these 500 vertical meters with all the equipment, everything they needed to build a cable car. And I think we're gonna have a handful today just walking up there on our own. So I can't really believe how 100, 200 years ago they were able to carry all of this up by hand to build it. It's looking forward to seeing what's up there. While taking a break, I looked up the work these guys did, and they carried 80 kilograms on their backs down this incredibly steep mountainside. And one guy in particular could do that twice a day. My 14 kilogram backpack would probably feel like a vacation to that guy. We're 20 minutes into the hike and we're starting to make a little bit of progress. But it's also a very long way up still. So according to the map, we're maybe a third of the way up.
Look at how far we've come. We're so far up and we're only like 30-40% up. I'm tired. I'm not really tired, I'm just sweaty.
Oh, life is hard.
Yes, it is.
But there's chocolate on top.
That's right. There's chocolate in the backpack. So, in theory, we could eat the chocolate now.
Yeah, but that wouldn't be right.
No, it wouldn't. I think we just had to get going then.
Yeah.
Yeah. I found blueberries! Look! Nom, 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 nom. Nom, nom. Blueberries are so good. Nom, 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 nom. Now we can walk on. Whee!
We're getting quite close to the top now, and we've just seen our very first sign of mining. It's not that easy to see, but there is a metal wire right there. So maybe this is where the cable car went. We haven't completely reached the top yet, but we are very close now, and we're starting to see all of the mining equipment. There's a wheel here and some concrete.
And this, I think, is the top of the cable car, which is why these wheels are here, to have all the wires with the cables going up and down.
And I do think right behind you there is at least the ruins of one of the cabins that used to be here for the miners.
Yeah, it's up there.
Let's go have a look at it. Just came up from that hill, and as soon as I came over the top, I realized I was almost stepping on a cabin. I found a mine shaft here, and there's also this huge opening. It looks really cool, and we want to go through it so badly, but there are a lot of warning signs here saying not to do so, and we have no clue what condition these mines are in, so we're definitely not going in there. We did try to get around this by sending our drone in instead. Unfortunately, it was quite narrow and hard to fly the drone. The collision prevention system kicked in and stopped us from going any further. We could of course have disabled that, but the tight space, airflow from the drone, and the controller signal bouncing off the mine walls would surely end in a crash at some point. And if it crashed, we wouldn't only have a crashed drone, we'd also have to go into the place we specifically didn't want to go into to recover it. Plus, we've crashed the drone twice before, no need for a third time. Instead, we decided to go look for another mine entrance allegedly located off some of the steepest mountain cliffs towards the valley below.
So the mines here are molybdenum and wolfram mines. And they started mining molybdenum. It was the English who started in 1905, but they spent all their money. So in 1910, they sold it to a Norwegian company. The molybdenum was so contaminated with wolfram, so they threw half of it away. But then a couple of years later, wolfram prices started really rising. So then they went through the old discard piles and they took out all the wolfram as well. But there wasn't enough ore that it was economically viable. It's been mining here on and off in the 1800s, but they ended during the Second World War.
Oh, I found it!
You did?
Yeah, I took my drone out there.
Oh, that's so cool!
First I found a part of the cable car. I thought that was it, but then I realized it was only part of the cable car. I looked a bit to the side and the whole thing is there. It's like a sheer cliff going straight down. And along the cliff there's wooden ladders. You can still see it's like a brownish tint along the cliffside. It looks amazing.
Is it still possible to go there?
Oh no, it's suicide to use that ladder, complete suicide. Yeah. But down at the bottom you can see there's a massive hole in the mountain. It could be that it's just sloping inwards a bit, but at least from where I could see with the drone, it was huge. And there's a lot of wood and debris and whatever used to be there on like a plateau down there.
So cool.
But I don't know why we can't see it from the bottom. It might be that the angle is too steep.
Yeah, probably.
But it looked amazing. I mean, shiny footage coming on screen now. This is hopefully the last hill on the trip. We're about to reach the highest point, and from the looks of it, it's going to be almost just downhill from there. But we still have, I think, about 10 kilometers to go. So, although it's going to be downhill and flat, it's still Gonna take some time. And there we are, 853 meters above sea level. I think we started around 150, 200 meters today. Yeah. So we've climbed 650 to 700 meters vertically today.
And I was straight up vertically.
Yeah,
at least the first
really steep. Thankfully down it's going to be a little bit more here and there, not everything in one go. So that's going to be good, but still 10 kilometers to go. From here we're going to have to walk down, all the way down to this water you can see down there, all the way around, and then we're going to come around on the other side here and down into the valley there where we started hiking from today. We've come down from the highest point now, and the road splits here going back from where we came from or continue down the other way around the mountain. And it says here about 5.5 kilometers to go, but there are 2 starting points and that's the closest one. So we'll be down in the valley again in 5.5 kilometers, and then I think it's about 2.5 to 5, yeah, somewhere in between there.
2.5 to 5, that's
somewhere in between there.
Yeah.
To go all the way back again to where we started, and the last part's probably going to be a bit boring, but
yeah.
Well, we have to get to our car somehow. Hey Tora, how are your shoes doing today?
They're not. That's not the worst one. I have that one, and I also have that one. And now this one is rubbing a bit on my heel, so I have to get rid of this stuff.
Oh, and strange how they both failed in the same day.
Yeah, I think they have had a weakness for a long time. I mean, they've been like that. I've seen that before, but yeah, this is more than I thought. I didn't think that they would both fail this much on this trip.
And technically, you've ruined your wedding shoes now.
Yeah, that's so sad.
I kind of want to keep them, you know, because it's a memory from when we got married.
Yeah, but I think if we keep them, we should probably have them in sort of like a trophy case or something like that.
Yeah.
On display.
We'll build a travel room with stuff we picked up from around the world. And
yeah, and this is such a typical thing to have in a trophy case. Like, yay. Yeah, but I want to keep them. But I also want shoes that I can trust, boots that I can actually go on hikes with. So.
Oh yeah, I mean, we definitely need to buy new ones.
Yeah, these are retired after this trip.
We have about 2 kilometers now before we reach the bottom of the valley. But that's not the same point that we started, so we have to walk either right next to the mountainsides, which is going to be probably a little bit nicer but slower, or we're just going to follow the road back to our car again. Suddenly the trail turned into a gravel road, so we're still not down yet, but from here onwards it's really just walking on a road, so I think we'll call that mission accomplished.
Yeah, not yet. It's still fairly steep, but I think we'll get to the bottom a lot quicker now.
Oh, definitely.
We have a gravel road to walk on.
And because of your shoes, we've decided to do the road when we get down as well.
Yeah, at least I will.
Because, let me show this.
Look at my butt.
The flippy floppy soles are just kicking up all the dirt as we've been walking. So, Tora's gonna have to walk home because I don't want that in my car.
I'm hoping it will dry before we get to the car.
Yeah, we'll use all our t-shirts and extra clothing to cover you in, yeah. Or you're gonna have to go with the luggage. just found this snake next to the road. This is actually the only venomous snake in Norway. It looks like it's just eaten something.
And that concludes our little adventure for today. We wished we could have explored more and looked at the mines, but this place is so remote that if anything were to happen to us, we wouldn't find people to get help. It would take a long time getting down from the mountain, and cell phone reception is very spotty. On the bright side, a part of the lower mines have been checked and secured and can be accessed through a guided tour in a safe manner. That's what you're seeing on the screen now. There are also remains of old buildings and equipment down in the valley. Like this video if you enjoyed it to let us know to make more of this stuff, and subscribe to be notified when that happens.